Well, hello everybody. This is not Jim Nance. I'm not Jim Nance. I don't play Jim Nance on TV. I certainly don't want his bills. This is Kurt Bergland, and this is your final Pine Tar Baseball Great Teams of the 20th Century Set Volume 2 preview before a pre-order launch happens on Thursday, July 15th, 2021. On Thursday, 2021, I will be emailing the PDFs to all the folks that have ordered them. And if you have ordered cards, the card sets, I will be mailing the first batch of those via UPS to your home if you have ordered. This is all of the teams that are in the set. The 04 Giants, the 07 Cubs, the 09 Tigers, the 16 Red Sox, the 19 White Sox, the 25 Pirates, the 34 Cardinals, the 35 Tigers, the 48 Indians, the 50 Phillies, the 53 Yankees, the 57 Braves, the 61 Reds, the 62 Giants, the 68 Cardinals, the 72 A's, the 76 Reds, the 77 Yankees, the 78 Red Sox, the 81 Athletics, the 88 Dodgers, the 93 Blue Jays, the 95 Mariners, and then two All-Star sets made up of more than 30 of the greatest Rookie of the Year seasons in Major League Baseball history. If you are interested, pre-orders now are being taken by me. They are $12.99 for the PDF, and they are $59.99 for the cards shipped via UPS. My PayPal is Bergland.kurt at yahoo.com. And if you send me your payment for the cards or the PDF by 9 o'clock Thursday morning, July 15th, I will make sure that your order is in the first batch of delivered emails or shipped card sets. It's an amazing set. I've had a great time previewing it for you. I hope you've seen some of the other games. And tonight, I think we have another good one in store. Tomorrow on my channel, I may not get a game up because I'm frantically trying to assemble the orders and get the mailing lists ready for the PDFs to go. And I'm creating one more thing for both the PDFs and the card sets, and that is a single sheet, if I can do it. Maybe it'll take two sides of a sheet, I'm not sure, of suggested batting orders for each team. I got a suggestion about that, and I think it's a great idea. So I'm going to create a sheet where you're going to get a sample batting order for each team. And if you're not familiar with the team at all that you're using for this set, maybe that will be helpful to you as a starting point to get a few games in until you see what you think of the players yourself. Okay, so that's also included with either the PDF or the card set. You're going to get that sheet that'll give you some sample batting orders, at least one sample batting order for each team. With that said, today's game, I think, is going to be another classic. We've had a bunch of them. So tomorrow, no game. That'll be Wednesday. Thursday, I may get a game in, I may not. Depends upon how long I'm spending assembling the orders. But Friday, for sure, we'll get a game in for you of some kind. But no game tomorrow, and Thursday is probably a 50-50 proposition at this point. The combatants in tonight's game are actually from what would it be, about 30 years apart. It's the 1968 St. Louis Cardinals, who were the National League pennant winners and lost the World Series after being ahead 3-1 to the Detroit Tigers. And they are taking on the 1995 Seattle Mariners at the Kingdome. The 95 Mariners were the first Seattle team to make the playoffs. Their regular season came down to the absolute wire against the California Angels. And I believe they had a one-game playoff. Yeah. Where Randy Johnson and Mark Langston pitched, and the Mariners won that game to go on to the division series where they played the Yankees. Maybe one of the best 5-game division series in baseball history. The Mariners ended up winning that one in the 5th game, and if you haven't seen it on YouTube, do yourself a favor and watch Game 5 of that division series. I know, it's 1990s baseball, but you're going to be glad you did. And then they went on to the American League Championship Series where they lost in 6 games to the Cleveland Indians, who then took the Braves to 6 games in the World Series before losing. Okay, so it's the 68 Cardinals with Bob Gibson on the mound. He of the 1.12 ERA in 1968. And he will be opposed by Randy Johnson, who did everything except drive the team home after their games in 1995. Bob Gibson's card is predictably amazing, but I want to draw your attention to one thing, and he's the first pitcher in Pine Tar history with a maximum innings pitched of 10. And the reason for that is because Bob Gibson pitched so many extra inning games in 1968. He got horrible run support. His record was 21-9, or 24. No, I'm confused. I'm getting this mixed up. But he lost 9 times, and the overwhelming majority of those were by 1 run. And what I was trying to capture when I gave him the 10 for maximum innings pitched is to give you the ability as a manager to be able to let Gibson pitch extra innings and still be incredibly effective as he was in real life. The other thing that's helpful is that if Gibson hits a bump in the road during the first 9 innings, he can still complete the game easily because he's got 10 maximum innings. Even if he loses an inning, he's still got a complete game in his sights. So it's a very special card. It was a very special season. And today, it's Bob Gibson and the Cardinals at Randy Johnson and the Mariners. And let's see what happens. Let's go to the starting lineups. For the 68 Cardinals, leading off in left field, it's Lou Brock. Batting second in center field, Curt Flood. Batting third in right field, Roger Maris. Batting fourth at first base, Orlando Cepeda. Batting fifth at third base, Mike Shannon. Batting sixth behind the plate, Tim McCarver. Batting seventh, the DH, their pinch hitter extraordinaire, Phil Gagliano. Batting eighth, their second baseman, Julian Javier. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Dal Maxville. On the mound, of course, is Bob Gibson. He is an A-plus pitcher on the road, and he remains an A-plus pitcher even the third time through the order. Strikeout modifiers on 55 and 77, and as I've just explained, he can go extra innings if he needs to. For the 95 Mariners, leading off in left field, it's in-season acquisition Vince Coleman. Batting second at second base, Joey Cora. Batting third in center field, Ken Griffey Jr. Batting fourth at DH, Edgar Martinez. Batting fifth at first base, Tino Martinez. Batting sixth in right field, Jay Buhner. Batting seventh at third base, Mike Blowers. Batting eighth behind the plate, Dan Wilson. Batting ninth at shortstop, it's Luis Sojo. All right, so let us... Oh, and then Randy Johnson. He is an A-plus pitcher at home. He remains an A-plus pitcher the third time through the order. He has strikeout modifiers 55 through 60 and 77. He can give you 7 innings and more if it's going well. And those are your starting lineups. I'm using 2 dice for this Pine Tar game. The red die will be the tens digit, the white die will be the ones digit, and when we're doing an error check, I'll be hauling out the blue die as well. Lou Brock steps in against Randy Johnson, and here's the first pitch of the game. And there's a base hit to center field for the speedster Lou Brock. He's on to start this game. He is a double-A stealer, and he's safe on 82. Now, Dan Wilson is a -6 behind the plate, so he's nothing to sneeze at. That knocks Brock down to a 76. Curt Flood is at the plate. Johnson the stretch, and the pitch to Flood is, there goes Brock, and the throw down from Wilson, and he got him. Sojo applies the tag, and there's one gone in the first inning. So Brock goes, and he gets shot down. Flood behind in the count 0-1. The pitch to Kurt is a base hit to center field. So now Flood's aboard with 1 out, and here comes Maris. Johnson the stretch, and the pitch, and this one's gonna be a balk. Johnson balks, and Flood goes to second base. So he's in scoring position now. Rough start for the big unit. He's in scoring position for Maris. Pitch to Roger is hit in the air to center field. Ken Griffey Jr. is going to take it for out number 1. Tagging is Flood, looking to get to third, and he bluffs and holds. So he's still at second with Cepeda coming up. Pitch from Johnson to Cepeda is hit to left. This is Vince Coleman with room, and he puts it away for out number 2. And Mike Shannon's up now. And it's ball 4 with first base open. Shannon trots down to first. There's 2 on with 2 outs now. Johnson's struggling in inning number 1. And it's Tim McCarver coming to the plate. Johnson the stretch, and the pitch, and it's grounded to Tino Martinez. He's going to take it unassisted, and that will retire the Cardinals in the first inning. They get 2 hits, they leave 2, and they do not score. No score as we go to the bottom of the first, and here comes Gibby to take on the Mariners. Vince Coleman, Joey Cora, Ken Griffey Jr. in the bottom of the first. Vince Coleman stands in against Bob Gibson, and the pitch from Gibby is hit to left field where Lou Brock is under it. 4 out number 1 in the bottom of the first. Now it's Joey Cora. Pitch to Joey is grounded to Maxville. Dell fires to Cepeda for out number 2, and now it's Ken Griffey Jr. Pitch from Gibson is strike 3 swinging. He gets him on some cheese, some high heat, the broccoli cauliflower medley. Gas. We've played 1, and we have no score at the Kingdome. Here comes the bottom third of the Cardinal order. The 68 Cardinals, Gagliano, Javier, and Maxville in the top of the second. Randy Johnson winds and delivers. This is grounded to Luis Sojo. He plants and throws to Tino Martinez for out number 1. Now it's Javier. Johnson, the wind, and the pitch. That's hit to center. Junior is there, and there's 2 outs. Now it's Maxville. Johnson, the wind, and the pitch. Get to the kitchen, I smell gas. It's a range check. Grounded to Blowers, and it's by him. Base hit for Maxville with 2 outs, and here comes Lou Brock. Johnson, the stretch, checks Maxville. The pitch to Lou Brock is going to be driven. That's going to get in the gap and split Buhner and Griffey Jr. Look at Maxville running. He's around third. He's going to be waved and score easily as Brock ends up at third with a sliding triple. It's 1-0 Cardinals on a triple by Lou Brock. Scores Maxville, and it's 1-0. Johnson facing Flood, who's 1 for 1. The pitch to him. Hey, he struck him out. That's the big unit's first strikeout. He allows a run on 2 hits, and after 1.5, it's 1-0 Cardinals. Here comes Edgar Martinez, Tino Martinez, and Jay Buhner for the Mariners in the bottom of the 2nd. Bob Gibson, excuse me. Bob Gibson with a 1-0 lead, which is often all he got in real life. Edgar Martinez, the batter, the pitch. Is grounded to Maxville. He collects it and fires to Cepeda for out number 1. On the pitcher modifier. Pitch to Tino Martinez. Hit to left, curving toward the line, and Brock is getting there for out number 2. And here comes Buhner. Do your Frank Costanza imitation right here. The pitch to him. Hey, struck him out. That's Gibby's second. 6 in a row retired to start the game for Bob Gibson. We go to the 3rd, and it's 1-0, 68 Cardinals over the 95 Mariners. Johnson will face the meat of the Cardinals' order, Maris, Cepeda, and Shannon, lefty, righty, righty, in the 3rd. The pitch from Johnson is to the screen. Ball 1. Next pitch to Maris is hit in the air to center. Ken Griffey Jr. puts it away for out number 1. Here's Johnson to Cepeda, and we've got a rare play check. Rare play check with nobody out. It's a 36. Hey, struck him out, and they just launched Orlando Cepeda. Joe West behind the plate just threw Cepeda out of here, and that will be Johnson's 2nd strikeout. So Cepeda is ejected in the top of the 3rd by home plate umpire country Joe West. So we're going to have a new first baseman in the bottom of the 3rd, and it's going to be Bobby Tolan. Mike Shannon will come to the plate now. He walked back in the 1st. 2 outs, nobody aboard. Johnson's pitch to Shannon is hit in the air to right. Here comes Buhner, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Johnson, his first. But the big news is that the cleanup hitter for the 68 Cardinals just got thumbed. And Bobby Tolan is now, young Bobby Tolan, is now the first baseman for the Cardinals. Blowers, Wilson, and Soho, 7, 8, 9 for the Mariners in inning number 3. And Mike Blowers strikes out swinging. That's the third for Gibson. He got him on some upstairs gas. It's baked beans. Gas. Dan Wilson coming up. 1 out, nobody on. This one, ground ball Maxville. He plants and throws to Tolan for out number 2. And here comes Louis Soho. Pitch to Soho is hit to left. Brock charging hard, and he's got room to get there, and he will for out number 3. 9 up and 9 down for Gibson. To start this ball game, top of the 4th coming, it'll be McCarver, Gagliano, and Javier. 6, 7, 8 for the Cardinals. McCarver was platooned sometimes in 1968, but I'm giving him the start because Gibson's on the mound. The pitch is hit high but not deep to right. Buhner under it, and that is out number 1 in the 4th for St. Louis. Gagliano's 0 for 1. Pitch from Johnson. Ground ball, Joey Cora to his left. He throws to Tino Martinez, and there's 2 down. And now it's Julian Javier 0 for 1. And this is gonna be ball 4. Pitcher modifier gets him, and the Cardinals have a base runner with Maxville coming up. 2 outs. Maxville singled and scored in the 2nd, the only run of the game. Johnson the stretch, and the pitch. Hey, struck him out. Number 3 for the big unit. We've played 3.5. Cardinals 1 run on 4 hits. The Mariners nothing on nothing. Gibson will face Coleman, Cora, and Griffey Jr. 1, 2, 3 for the Mariners in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch to Vince. Hit to center. Charging is Flood, and he will get there for out number 1. 10 in a row retired by Gibson to start the game. Cora's 0 for 1. The pitch. Hey, struck him out on the modifier. 4 strikeouts for Gibby. 2 outs in the 4th. 11 in a row retired to start the game. Gibson winds and delivers to Griffey. High towards right center. Flood with plenty of speed and plenty of room. He puts it away. 12 in a row retired by Gibson to start the game. We're going to the 5th. And it's 1-0 Cardinals over the Mariners. Brock, Flood, and Maris coming up in the top of the 5th against the big unit. Brock is 2 for 2 with a ribby. He also has a caught stealing on his ledger. Ground ball Blowers. Mike to his right, plants on that cutout dirt part, and throws to Tino Martinez. 4 out, number 1. Flood 1 for 2. Base hit for Kurt Flood to right field. He goes the other way, or he just swung late. Either way, Buhner collects it and throws it back in, and here comes Maris. 1 out and 1 on for Roger. Johnson the stretch, and the pitch is hit to center. Griffey Jr. with room puts it away for out number 2, and here comes Bobby Tolan's first at bat. .230 hitter in 1968, got some right field duty in. Not much time at first base, but he's playing there now because Cepeda got launched. This is hit to left. Vince Coleman toward the line is going to make the catch, and that's out number 3 in the top of the 5th. We're halfway through this one. It's a 1-0 Cardinal lead. Gibson has retired 12 in a row to start the game. It's Edgar, then Tino, and then Buhner. 4, 5, 6 in the 5th inning for Seattle. The pitch to Edgar Martinez. Hey, struck him out. That's number 5. 13 in a row retired by Gibson. Tino Martinez coming up. 0 for 1 for Tino. This is hit high but not deep to left field. Brock is under it, and he puts it away for out number 2. Buhner coming up. Struck out in the second. Pitch from Gibson is hit hard by Buhner, and this is the first hit of the game for Seattle. First base runner for Seattle as it drops in front of Flood, and Buhner's on with a 2-out single in the 5th. Blowers coming to the plate. Gibson the stretch, checks Buhner, and the pitch to Mike Blowers is strike 3 swinging. So that's number 6 for Gibson. We've played 5 complete. It's 1-0 St. Louis. To order this set, very easy to do. It's $12.99 for the PDF. It's $59.99 for the cards shipped to your door via UPS. If you'd like the cards for Volume 1 shipped to you as well, the PDF for Volume 1 is $12.99 as well. But if you want the cards shipped to you along with the cards for Volume 2, it's $105. All of it goes to my PayPal, Bergland.kurt at yahoo.com. Thursday is shipping day for the first wave for all of the pre-orders. Either for the cards through UPS, and if you ordered a PDF, I'll be sending those out on Thursday as well. I'm very proud of the work that I've put into this set. I think you're going to enjoy it, and I hope you do. Let me know which teams you really like and which ones are doing well for you as you run your own tournaments and simulations. All right, let's get back to the game. The score is 1-0, 68 Cardinals over the 95 Mariners. And we're going right now to the top of the 6th inning. Randy Johnson is out for inning number 6. He's allowed 5 hits and 1 run and 2 walks. And he's struck out 3 in his 5 innings of work. The run is earned. He's on the hook for the loss as it stands right now because Bob Gibson's been just a little bit better. In 5 innings, Gibson's allowed only 1 hit. He hasn't walked anybody. He struck out 6, and he has allowed no runs. It's 1-0 Cardinals. As we go to the 6th, it's Shannon, McCarver, and Gagliano for the Cardinals coming up. A pitch to Mike is a base hit for Shannon to center field. Ken Griffey Jr. collects it and throws it back in. And now there's a whole bunch of things we could do here with McCarver. I think it would be cruel and unusual punishment to ask somebody to try and bunt Randy Johnson, but that's exactly what we're going to do. Johnson the stretch and the pitch to McCarver. He squares and he gets it down. He bunts it toward Blowers, who fires to Joey Cora covering first base, and it's a 5-4 sacrifice that moves Shannon into scoring position for Gagliano. Javier is on deck. This is a big insurance run the way Bob Gibson is pitching. Gagliano's 0 for 2. Johnson the stretch, and the pitch is a ground ball to Soho. He collects it and throws to Tino Martinez, and there's 2 outs. Now it's Javier, 0 for 1 with a walk. Maxville on deck. Shannon at second, 2 outs, top of the 6th. The pitch hit to center. Here comes Griffey Jr. charging hard, and he makes the catch, and that will retire the Cardinals in the 6th. So a mini jam for Randy Johnson, but he gets out of it. We've played 5.5, and there is a 1-0 lead for Bob Gibson as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Wilson, Soho, and Coleman. 8-9-1 in the bottom of the 6th for Seattle. Pitch to Dan Wilson is going to be a base hit. That's to left field, and that's down the line. Brock's got to go get it. Wilson's got himself a double, and he's in scoring position with nobody out for Soho. Well, this is an interesting little how do you do. All right. Bunting Bob Gibson is probably just about as much fun as bunting Randy Johnson. Gibson, the stretch. Pitch to Soho. He squares, and he gets it down. That's a 13. He bunts it toward Tolan, who's going to flip to Javier, covering first, and that will advance Wilson to third. He's on third with one out, and the Cardinal infield is going to move in. Gibson looking for a strikeout or a pop-up from Vince Coleman. The stretch and the pitch to Coleman. Hey, struck him out. That's number 7 for Gibson. And there's 2 outs now, and they need a hit from Cora to bring home the tying run. Gibson the stretch one more time. The pitch to Cora. Hey, struck him out. That's number 8. We've played 6 complete. It's 1-0 St. Louis. In a pitcher's duel, that's everything we thought it might be when we set up this matchup as a preview for you. Maxville, Brock, and Flood, 9-1-2 in the Cardinals' 7th. Maxville's 1 for 2. He scored the only run in the game back in the 2nd. The pitch to Dell is a base hit. This is down the line. Coleman's got to go get it. Del Maxville with his 2nd hit of the game. I don't think he had 2 hits in a game in T-ball. He's got 2 here, and now it's Brock. Johnson, the stretch. Pitch to Lou. He's not bunting. Get to the kitchen. Oh, my God, I smell gas. It's a range check. This is hit to center. Griffey's got it. He makes the catch. Maxville tagging. At second, gonna try and get to third. He holds. No, he goes. Griffey throws. They got him at third. I thought Maxville was holding, but he tried to tag in advance, and Griffey Jr. shot him down at third base. Yikes. 2 outs now and nobody on for Flood. Still 1-0 Cardinals. They've had chances against Johnson, but they've only crossed the pay station once. The pitch to Flood from Johnson. Hey, struck him out. That's number 4 for the big unit. And we're going to the 7th inning stretch. It's time to stretch him out at the Kingdome. 1-0 Cardinals. This is a good one. This is a good one. We got the 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up. Griffey Jr., Edgar Martinez, Tino Martinez against Bob Gibson. All right, here we go. Griffey's 0 for 2. Hit to left, driving Brock deep. He's going to go to the track, and he's going to make the catch for out number 1. Now it's Edgar 0 for 2. Pitch to him. Ground ball. Maxville. He plants and throws to Tolan at first for out number 2. And Tino is 0 for 2. Gibson winds and delivers. Ground ball Tolan. He's going to take it unassisted because Bob Gibson scares him. That will retire the Seattle Mariners in the 7th. Gibson's allowed 2 hits and nothing else. He's struck out 6 in 7 complete. We go to the 8th. It's 1-0 Cardinals. Johnson's pitching well, so he can keep going. He'll face Maris, Tolan, and Shannon. 3, 4, 5 hitters for St. Louis in the 8th. Maris has flown out to Griffey Jr. 3 times. The pitch to Roger is an error check. We got our first error check of the game. And this is hit to Griffey Jr., who makes the catch just barely. 4th putout of Maris by Griffey Jr., and there's 1 out in the 8th. Now it's Tolan. If he gets aboard, there's wheels aplenty. Pitch to Tolan from Johnson. High into left center, but not deep. Griffey Jr. ranges over there and takes it for out number 2. And now it's Mike Shannon, 1 for 2. Pitch to him. Hey, struck him out, and that's the big unit's 5th. We've played 7.5. We've played 7.5, and it's 1-0 Cardinals. Buhner, Blowers, and Wilson coming up for Seattle in the 8th. Buhner's 1 for 2. The pitch to Jay. Hey, struck him out. That's 7 for Gibson. And he's back on a dominant track. He's retired 7 in a row. 7 in a row. Blowers 0 for 2, a pair of strikeouts. He's going for the hat trick here. That could be trouble, but it's cut off by Javier. He dives, he stops it, he picks it up, he throws to Tolan, and he makes the play and retires Blowers. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Now it's Dan Wilson, who's 1 for 2. Tempting to pinch hit for him, but he's 1 for 2. So I'll let him try it. The pitch from Gibson to Wilson is hit high to center field. Flood is under it, and he puts it away for out number 3. We have played 8 complete. It's 1-0 Cardinals going to the 9th. Randy Johnson back out. Norm Charlton is ready in the bullpen for Seattle. McCarver, Gagliano, and Javier, lefty, righty, righty, coming for the Cardinals. Tim is 0 for 2 against Johnson, and there's a base hit. He's 1 for 3. Right field drops in front of Buhner, and he's aboard now. That'll bring up Gagliano. Not a great bunter. And here comes Lou Piniella. That's going to do it for Johnson. He wants Charlton. And here comes the lefty. Charlton is an A-plus pitcher at home. He's got strikeout modifiers of 55 and 60 through 60 and 77, and he can give you 1 inning. All right, so he's got Gagliano and then Javier in his sights. The pitch to Phil. He's not bunting, and it's off of Charlton's glove. It rolls towards Soho. Nobody's going to have a play. McCarver slides into second. So there's 2 Cardinals on now for the second time in the game. They did it way back in the first. McCarver on second, Gagliano on first, and now it's Javier. Charlton the stretch, the pitch home. Javier squares to bunt. He gets it down. It goes to Tino Martinez. He flips to Cora covering, and the runners move up. Second and third with 1 out for Maxville, who's 2 for 3, and he's the big man. He scored the only run of the game. He also doubled. He's got 2 hits. Charlton on the mound. The Mariners infield moves in. Pitch to Maxville. He's not bunting, and he is getting a base hit. This one goes to left field. Bounces around in the corner. Del Maxville is going to have himself a double, and the Cardinals have a 3-0 lead. Del Maxville with his 3rd hit of the game, and I hope you're sitting down, his 2nd double of the game. Brock coming to the plate. Now more action in the Seattle bullpen. It's going to be Jeff Nelson. With 1 out, Maxville's at second. 3-0 Cardinals. Brock up. The pitch to Lou Brock is hit to center. Get to the kitchen. It's a range check. Junior Griffey's going to make the catch. He does. Now Maxville will hold, and there are 2 outs for Flood. Charlton hoping to wriggle off the hook here. Pitch to Flood is trouble. This is hit to left. It's down the line. Maxville will score from second. Flood has an RBI, and that's going to do it for Charlton in a nasty 2/3 of an inning. He allows 3 hits and 2 runs. Maris is coming up. Maris is going to be intentionally walked, and they're going to go after the youngster Bobby Tolan as Jeff Nelson gets the call from Lou Piniella. Nelson is an A-plus at home. He's got strikeouts from 55 to 60 and 77. He can also give you an inning. And Tolan is 0 for 2. There's Flood at second, Maris at first. Nelson the stretch, the pitch to Bobby. Ball 2. Next pitch to Tolan. Hit to right toward the line. Buhner on the run. He will get there. And that will retire the Cardinals. But they put up a 3 spot in the 9th. Bob Gibson doesn't know what to do with a 4-run cushion. Well, actually, I think he does. And that will bring us to the bottom of the 9th. Cardinals 4, Mariners nothing. And we're going to have a pinch hitter for Soho. It's going to be the Deacon, Warren Newson. Soho ends his night 0 for 1. He's also bunted. Mariners need base runners. Gibson, 3 outs from a shutout, a 2-hit shutout with no walks and 7 strikeouts. The pitch to Newson from Gibson is hit to center. Under it is Flood. 1 down. Vince Coleman's 0 for 3. Here he comes. Gibson winds and delivers. Ground ball, Bobby Tolan. He's taking it himself, and there's 2 down. Now it's Cora, last chance saloon for the Mariners. 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. Pitch to Joey. It's a comebacker. Gibson gloves it. He takes a couple steps toward Tolan, fires him the ball, and that ends the ball game with a 4-0 victory for Bob Gibson and the 68 Cardinals over the 95 Mariners. For the Cardinals, 4 runs on 11 hits, and they committed no errors. The Mariners, no runs on 2 hits. They committed no errors. The winning pitcher, Bob Gibson. The losing pitcher, Randy Johnson. This is the Pine Tar Baseball Great Teams of the 20th Century Set Volume 2. It's our last preview game. No game tomorrow. 50-50 shot at seeing one on Thursday. We'll for sure be back with you on Friday. Thank you for being with me, and thank you for ordering this wonderful set. I think you're going to love it. Thanks again. Have a wonderful day. So long, everybody.